Hey everyone, welcome to This Prepared Life. I'm Allison, and today was my Azure Standard pickup, and I do a lot of bulk buying through Azure Standard. Living here in North Idaho, it is one of the better options for bulk shopping for me, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got from Azure Standard today. Hey everyone, I wanted to show you what I got in my Azure Standard order this month. Living in North Idaho, we are about an hour and 15 minutes away from the nearest big bulk stores. So it is an all-day event if we're going to go to Costco or Winco or a cash and carry. So I really like using Azure Standard in my regular monthly grocery shopping, but also for stocking up my long-term layer with bulk dry goods. And this month was a pretty big Azure order, so I'm going to walk you through what we got. And if you are unfamiliar with what Azure Standard is online bulk shopping and not bulk. They sell things in smaller quantities too of organic and natural food items. You place your order online, you choose a drop, and drops are scattered all over the place across the country. And then you meet the truck at the drop point at a designated time. You take your items and you head home and put them away. So my drop was this morning, and I feel incredibly blessed that we have a drop really close to our house. It is out in the boonies, and I don't even have to go to town to do it. So let's see what I got from Azure Standard this month. The first thing we have here are 2 cases of coconut cream. And right now at the stage of stocking my pantry that I am at, remember that I have been doing this for many years. We have been on this journey for over 15 years of homesteading and preparedness. So I am at the point in stocking my pantry where I have enough items that I am maintaining rather than stocking. So I am able to only buy canned goods by the case. And when I move a case into my short-term layer, I just purchase a new one. These happen to be being discontinued. So I went ahead and got 2 cases. So this is 2 cases of organic coconut cream. The next thing I got is 3 boxes of frozen strawberries. And unfortunately, I have not been able to find a local strawberry farm near me. The nearest one I think is about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes away. So I have not been able, other than what we were growing in the garden, I have not been able to find a great source of bulk local strawberries. So I got these from Azure Standard. We're going to use these in smoothies, and I'm also going to freeze dry some. The last batch of these that I freeze dried is already gone, and they were eaten really quickly. So I'm going to hide these this time. So the next item I got is 2 cases of diced tomatoes. I also buy tomato sauce from Azure Standard. Sometimes I also get it at Costco. But kid number 3 was making a recipe last week, and surprisingly, I had no diced tomatoes. I did have crushed tomatoes, so she used those. So I got some diced tomatoes to put into our pantry. All right, let's see what's in these boxes. So I have a bag of hibiscus petals. I have one of my kids has been experimenting with making her own tea blends. So I got her some of those to use. All right, so we have 5 pounds of dried mangoes. These are just going to be for snacking. These are not going into our long-term storage because they are not a dry good. A cabbage. So I also got some kefir. And the rest of this is full of Gamma Seal bucket lids. Gamma Seal lids are the ones that are in 2 pieces. You snap this portion onto the top of your bucket, and then you can easily open and close your bucket. I primarily use Gamma Seal lids, but it really is just a personal preference. So the rest of this box is Gamma Seal lids for buckets. So one thing to note about Azure Standard is they will reuse packaging. So this box is not something I purchased. And I remember the first time I ordered from Azure Standard, some of my items came in a frozen French fry box. And I was very confused because I did not order any frozen French fries until I got home and opened that and realized they reuse packaging. So this one has the sales flyer in it, which I usually try and check that I don't need it because I prefer just to look online and save the paper. Multicolored popcorn. This stuff is so pretty, and we go through a lot of popcorn. I did get a bag of carrots, a thing of sour cream, some probiotic cream cheese. I have never tried that cream cheese before, so I'm trying it. A bottle of molasses. These are a new item I've never gotten before. Just a snack item. My friend Jen over at Serenity Hill Farmstead said that this vegetable urban dip mix was delicious. So I got some of that. I also got some Parmesan. Mozzarella cheese. This is by far my absolute favorite mozzarella cheese. Super delicious. I will cut this into portion sizes, vacuum seal it, and keep that in our refrigerator downstairs. Another thing of Parmesan. This is more cheese. And then a large 4.5-pound bag of pasta. We do not eat a ton of pasta, but I do keep it. I keep pasta in my long-term layer in my preps because it is an absolutely great long-term storage item. And then I also keep pasta in gallon glass jars that we rotate through in our short-term layer because my kids do eat a lot of pasta. So typically if I make pasta for dinner, I'm making noodles for them and spaghetti squash or something like that for Joe and I. So, and then a soft shredded Parmesan bag. Again, this is an item I have never gotten before, but Kid 4 has been making a lot of like creamy pasta sauces and asked to try some. So that's what was in this box. Let's check out the bulk items. All right, so the first thing we see over here, I did get an entire, I think this was 10 or 12 5-gallon buckets. I primarily use food grade 5-gallon buckets in my long-term storage. And I only use food grade even though my food is in Mylar, because if we ever needed to use these buckets for water storage, I would know that they were safe for water. So I got a stack of these buckets, and I already showed you the Gamma Seal lids that go with those. This lid just snaps right on. I'll go ahead and show you. Maybe. So with a Gamma Seal lid, I find it easier to have these together. And some people use a mallet. I tend to just use pure arm strength and really press down on it. And I'm not going to put this one on because I haven't washed the bucket or the lid or anything. Once you put these on, they're not coming off. So I place this over the top, press it down, snap it on, and then this can come right off. The Gamma Seal lids are more expensive, but I prefer them because my buckets are often moving from long-term layer to short-term layer. When I rotate an item in from my long-term layer, say a bucket of oats or a bucket of rice, I move it onto my pantry shelf that contains my working bucket. So I'm now going to be getting into that bucket to refill my kitchen canisters. So I just prefer to have the Gamma Seal lids on my buckets. So big stack of buckets. I also got another big bag of pasta here. We got a bag of hard red wheat. This is how many pounds? 25. Yep, 25 pounds of hard red wheat, and these are brown lentils, again, 25 pounds. And then I have 3 more bulk bags here. Looks like we have a 25-pound bag of black turtle beans, a 25-pound bag of Great Northern beans, and then a 25-pound bag of rolled oats. And we go through a lot of oats in our kitchen, just with breakfast or making granola or things like that. So that was my Azure haul for the month. And like I said, this was a pretty big Azure haul with the bulk items that I was stocking our long-term storage with. I hope that you enjoyed watching it, and hit that subscribe button if you'd like more homestead prepper content.